Herkese merhabalar. Bugün gerçekten büyük bir iş yapıyoruz. Büyük bir yayınımız var. Eee, Tweet'te de attığım gibi ve Telegram'da da söylediğim gibi Play to Earn dünyasının Axie Infinity'den sonra en çok ses getireceğine inanılan oyunlarından biri. Bugün bizlerle olacak Big Time. Big Time'ın da üst kademesi bizlerle olacak. Gerçekten C-Level'da Big Time'ı ağırlıyor olacağız. Onlara hiç oyunu bilmiyormuş gibi sorular soracağım sizin adınıza. Lütfen sizler de sorunuz varsa bunları bana atın. Twitter'dan yazabilirsiniz. Burada yazmayın çünkü burada çok hızlı akıyor. Twitter'dan okuyor olacağım. Ve ben de sizlerden gelen soruları onlara yönlendiriyor olacağım. Ayrıca oyunla alakalı ilk oyun videosu var. Şimdi oyun videosunu sizlerle paylaşacağım. Arkasından da Big Time ekibini dahil ediyor olacağım. Şimdi oyun videosu sizlerle, ondan sonra başlıyoruz. Tamam, şimdi Big Time davet edelim. Michael, Nirvan and Matt. Hello guys. You can open your microphone if you like to step in. I will translate as I ask the questions, all right? Ben sizler için çeviri yapıyor olacağım. Soruları soracağım. Sorularınızı sorduktan sonra da onlardan gelen cevabı çeviriyor olacağım. It's late in Turkey. It's 1:30 almost. And there are right now more than 350 people. So let's see how it will goes. Michael or Matt, I don't know who wants to answer this question. What is Big Time, guys? Big Time nedir diye sordum.
So Big Time is an MMORPG game that's totally free to play and not play to earn, and not pay to win. So it's a little bit different than some other blockchain games that are out there right now in that it's a AAA rated game, and then there are NFT components inside of the game as well.
Okay, thank you. Dedim ki bu Big Time nedir, bize bir anlatır mısın? O da MMORPG game dedi. MMO Massively Multiplayer Online Game demek. Yani büyük bir ekosistem inşa ediyorlar ve o ekosistem içerisinde insanlar oynayacaklar, para kazanacaklar ve bunu da NFT'lerle yapacaklar. Alright, you say you talk about NFTs. So what kind of mechanics you're building? Can you just give us some clue about it? Because we have a community in Turkey already aware of it, but I think it will be better if they listen from you. So we know that it's an MMORPG game, and we know that it's AAA, like it's a big game, and there are many investors. I will also talk about that with Michael maybe. But tell us about the each in the economic and the in-game mechanics, how people can make money. And let me translate this. Dedim ki tamam, çok iyi bir oyun inşa edeceksiniz ihtimalle. Ama bize biraz ekonomisinden bahseder misin? İnsanlar oyunu oynayarak nasıl para kazanacaklar?
Yes. I'm going to handle this. Break it into segments. Translate. Does that make sense?
All right.
So the thing to really understand about Big Time that makes Big Time, in my opinion, very unique is that we are a game first using NFTs rather than a NFT game created.
Okay. Dedi ki yani biz ilk defa bu NFT'leri oyunların içerisine böyle dahil edebilen bir firmayız, bir oyun stüdyosuyuz. Oyunun NFT'yi aldığınızda oyunun içerisinde gerçekten bunun bir anlamı olacağını ve size para kazandıracağından bahsediyor. Alright, so I like to show people some of the characters that you're going to have in the game. But before, I want to continue with this NFT concept. So what kind of NFT structure that you created and how people actually can get these NFTs? What is the price? Where you sell them? And how they make money if they have these NFTs? Dedim ki NFT'leri anlattın, tamam, NFT'leri oyun içinde kullanacağınızdan bahsettin ama insanlar bunları kullanarak nasıl para kazanacaklar? Bunları nereden alabilirler? All right, we are on you, Michael or Nirvan, whoever you'd like to answer the question.
Yeah, so in terms of the actual different types of NFTs, they'll only be cosmetic. So nobody can just purchase an NFT and have a stronger character in the game. The NFTs don't provide any mechanical advantage.
Okay, let me translate. Bugüne kadar mekanik bir avantaj sağlamıyordu NFT'lerde de dedi. Sadece onları alıyorsunuz ve kenarda duruyordu. Bir işe yarıyormuş gibi görünüyordu ama bizim oyunumuzda bu durum böyle değil. Alright, so what did you do in Big Time? How did you fix it or how did you change it? Big Time'de siz ne yaptınız? Bunu nasıl değiştirdiniz? Farkı nedir sizin işinizin dedim. So what do you do? I know that you have NFTs named Space and you have 5 different levels and 3 different sizes, but what it actually makes? Dedim ki 3 tane farklı NFT boyunuz var ve 5 farklı sınıfınız var ama bunlar ne işe yarıyor? Why someone would buy it? Neden insanlar bunu alsın?
So when we think about Big Time, we think about space as the cornerstone of our economy, and it kind of serves as the underlying basis for the in-game economy.
Okay.
I'm going to speak in sentences, and then you can translate the sentence, and then I'll keep speaking.
Okay, yeah, just continue.
Oh, okay. So yeah, when we think about Big Time, we think about like spaces as the kind of underlying part of the economy. The way that you're able to produce those cosmetic NFTs is through space. We think about space, and then on top of space, you can install things like armories, forges, timekeepers, and then those create the cosmetic NFTs.
Okay. NFT'lerinizi elinizde tuttuğunuzda kozmetik NFT'ler yaratabiliyorsunuz dedi. İşte Timekeeper'dan bahsetti, Forge'dan bahsetti. Bu NFT'leri aslında kullanarak oyunun içerisinde bir şeyler yaratacaksınız ve bu sizin para kazanmanıza yardımcı olacak. Burada biraz zorlayacağım onu. So what do you mean by creating, I don't know, some kind of cosmetic NFTs? What it means for people? Let's say that I go to your marketplace and spent some actual money and got, I don't know, let's say a rare mythic. So what it means to me, how I'm gonna turn it to the money. Dedim ki hadi diyelim ben aldım, paramı cebimden riske ettim ve sizin marketplace'inize gittim, bir NFT aldım. Mythic rare aldım diyelim. Bunu parayı nasıl dönüştüreceğim?
So, Mike, you want to take this one? Or?
Yeah. So if what you're basically doing is you are becoming the producer of skins to the free-to-play players. Many video generate their revenues skins. What makes it download fun to play. A lot of people who play the game are going to want to purchase.
Okay, so there was some sound problem, but I think I got his response. Dedim ki bazı ses sorunları vardı ama ben anladım. Siz NFT'leri alıp bir şey üretmeye başladığınızda aslında oyunun içerisinde bir üretici oluyorsunuz. Çünkü adamların yapmaya çalıştığı şey şu, anladığım kadarıyla. Ya ben bu oyunun ilk yatırımcılarındanım bu arada, onu söyleyeyim. Birazdan o konuya da geleceğim. Dev yatırımcıları var. Şunu söyledi Michael. Siz o oyunun içerisinde bu NFT'leri aldığınızda aslında bunlar arsalar. Oyunun içerisinde bir şey üretmeye başlıyorsunuz ve bu ürettiğinizi oyunun içerisinde oynamaya gelmiş free to play insanlar alıp kullanıp bunlardan fayda sağlıyorlar. Dolayısıyla burada size bir ekonomi oluşturmuş vaziyetteler. Bu arada sorularınız varsa lütfen Twitter'da postun altına yazın. Hepsini sormaya çalışacağım. I explained already. What did they do? Let me include Michael again. All right. So what you just said, Michael, when you have an NFT in the form of space NFT, you will set Timekeeper or Forge, and you will start producing some kind of assets right in the game, and then people who join the game will benefit from this. Is that correct?
If you own space, you are the primary creator and seller of skins to the players.
Okay, this is what I said to them. Let me repeat it. Eğer ki space tutuyorsanız oyunun içerisinde oyunu oynayacak kişilere satılacak asetlerin ilk üreticisi ve satıcısı siz olacaksınız diyor. Alright, let's put a break here and let's focus on more investors because Turkish people like to hear about, okay, who is backing the game and can I actually trust them? Dedim ki tamam, burada oyuna bir ara verelim ve yatırımcılarınız kim? Bize bunlardan biraz bahsedin. Biz de size güvenip güvenemeyeceğimizi anlayalım. Alright guys, who like to talk about your cap table? Cap table'ınızdan kim bahsetmek ister?
So are we talking about, so I can talk about space if you'd like to talk about like space, like who's invested. Is that what we wanted to discuss? Is that correct?
Yeah, you can talk about the guilds who invest for the spaces. You can also talk about, I don't know, it's up to you. So if you like to talk about strategic round, seed round, whatever, because we know that you have some of the strongest backers in the space. And people will be happy to hear about that because this is a source of kind of trust, right? So dedim ki ya hangi yatırımcılarımızdan bahsetmek istiyorsun? NFT alanlardan dedi. Ben de hepsinden, guildlardan da VC'lerden de bahsedebilirsin dedim. Alright.
Nuro, why don't you start and I'll fill in what you left out.
Sure. So in terms of strategic raising, we raised a Series A almost 1 year ago. It was around $10 million from a round led by FBG Capital, North Island Ventures, Digital Currency Group, Alameda Research, Circle Financial. So Circle created USDC. And then as well as that, we have Ashton Kutcher's Sound Ventures.
Okay, let me translate it. Ashton Kutcher'ın Sound Ventures'ı, Alameda Research, bu USDC'nin sahibi Circle gibi firmalar bizim ilk roundumuzu yönettiler ve ilk roundda 10 milyon dolar değerleme. Did you raise 10 million or was the valuation 10 million?
We raised 10 million.
10 milyon dolar toplamışlar ilk roundda. And then sonra ne oldu dedim.
So yeah, from there we worked with a lot of different guilds. We worked with guilds like Avocado. We worked with like Merit Circle.
You translate, okay? Avocado, Merit Circle gibi oyun guildları yatırım yaptı dedi.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of all the guilds we worked with.
I think YGG is also inside.
Yeah, YGC is in there.
En büyük guild içeride, yatırımcı. Because I talk with them and they're saying, okay, this is going to be big, right? Axie Infinity yapan guildlar arkadaşlar. Ve bunların da başında YGG, Yield Guild Games geliyor. Dedim ki ben Yield Guild Games'in kurucularıyla konuşuyorum. Onların da yatırımı var. Evet, yatırımları var dedi. Let me explain something to Turkish community about why guilds enrollment is important. Guildların bir oyun içerisinde yatırım yapmasının neden önemli olduğunu size anlatacağımı söyledim. Şimdi bir guild oyunun içerisinde yatırım yaptığı zaman şöyle oluyor. Geliyor bir yatırımcı gibi hem para koyuyor, içeriden aset alıyor, yani oyun içerisinde kullanılan şeyler ve bunları satmıyor. Çünkü kullanıyor. Aynı taksi plakası kiralamak gibi. Örnek veriyorum. Big Time içinden ya da Axie Infinity içinden bir Axie alıyorlar. Bunu kullanıyorlar. Big Time'ın Space NFT'lerini alıyorlar. Bunu kullanıyorlar. Dolayısıyla fiyat çok dumplanmıyor. Ama neyin fiyatı? Token demiyorum. Bakın SLP dumplandı ama Axie fiyatı dumplanmadı. Okay, I explained them that enrollment of guild is really important in terms of providing trust for the investors because none of the guilds are getting inside to dump the project. Look at the price of Axie Infinity. Axie price almost never dumped. Yeah, SLP dumped, but it is not equivalent of Space NFT. So this is what I was explaining. All right, so
yeah.
And you said that you have some guilds inside.
Yeah, we have like Prominence, Unix Gaming, Ready Player DAO, PokerStarter, Republic Realm, GuildFi. I think I've said Merit Circle already. Polygon, Blackpool. So yeah, those are like we have a pretty extensive list of all the top guilds.
All right. So right now I want to push you guys a little bit to your limits because I'm going to start accepting the questions and Turkish community is asking quite tough questions to say. Dedim ki şimdi sizlerden gelen soruları soracağım ve Türk komünitesi çok zor sorular sorar dedim. Twitter'dan okumaya başlıyorum. I'm starting to read them from Twitter. One of the guy named Momo said that, all right, you think that they will be bigger than. Let me also share my screen so people actually can see what I'm reading in Turkish, so I don't repeat it. Sizle ekranımı paylaşacağım ve okuduğum soruları göreceksiniz tam zamanlı olarak. Böylelikle size Türkçe'ye çevirmeme gerek kalmayacak. Okay. Şimdi bu soruyu okuyorum. Bakalım ne cevap verecekler. Bayağı kazık bir soru. He is criticizing your stance about NFT giveaway. He is saying that this user, I just joined one of their giveaway and they said stay tuned. But it was a really simple raffle and they didn't announce. That's why I left the group. Just talk about what kind of tough thing can happen to when you are trying to organize this kind of stuff, because it's really hard to organize and manage the society and community, and people don't understand this most of the time. What do you like to say about this? Dedim ki burada bir aksilik yaşanmış. Bu komüniteleri yönetmek zor oluyor bazen. Siz burada insanlara bunlarla ilgili ne söylemek istersiniz? Again, the question is this: what kind of problems you had before and how you try to solve it? Is there any way that you criticize yourself?
Is this in regards to the Ruby Pass giveaway?
Probably. He didn't explain which one. Bu Ruby Pass giveaway mi dedi? Dedim ki hiç. It's not about Family DAO, by the way. He is talking about your Telegram channel.
So we've done an enormous number of Ruby Pass giveaways. The winners are announced within 7 to 14 days.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically the social media post. All of the winners are being collected. All of the winners should be announced pretty soon. Noticed we've had a huge sale over the last 72 hours, and the team next week will start announcing all of those winners when the Ruby Pass when we actually generate the Ruby Passes. All of those email addresses that registered will receive it in their marketplace account.
Okay, that's perfect. So let me translate this. But while I'm translating, can you, Nirvan, or someone in your team can bring the visual that is showing the space NFT style so we can actually talk about it? You have one which is showing all of the sockets and everything, or like something like that, so we can actually explain people what is what are the sockets, how many different NFTs you have. I have too many, but I don't have time to download it right now. Dedi ki evet, Ruby Pass diye bir pass'leri var. Farklı pass'leri var. Ben aslında böyle fark etmiştim oyunu. Gold pass'leri var, Silver pass'leri var, Jade var ve Ruby Pass var. Bu eleştiren arkadaş diyor ki Ruby Pass verecektiniz. Öyle anladık. Bunu vermediniz uzun süre. Michael da dedi ki biz çok fazla dağıttık. Bu bahsedilenle alakalı da evet biraz gecikme yaşandı ama bunu da ilerleyen zamanda dağıtacağız. Bununla alakalı beklemeye almıştık dedi. Çünkü çok fazla talep vardı, talebi yönetmek için. Alright, one more question and then we will share the NFT sizes. So this question. I know this guy. He's extremely involved with the community and he's in Family DAO. He's asking how you will create a sustainable economy in the game.
So how will we create a sustainable economy in the game is a really great question. Here's a really short answer to that question, just given the translation. Basically, the economy is actually, in a way, pretty simple. There's only 600,000 people that can produce, there's only 600,000 spaces. There's only 600,000 people who can create skins. However,
you said 6,000, right?
600.
600.
600,000. Now,
right.
Sheer number of skins that are purchased in a game like Fortnite. The skins don't come from Big Time. They come from the people who own space. You create them. And here's the neat thing. Big Time, it's a fun game. It's a free game. It's easy to download. And you know what people want to play more than anything? NFT games that are fun.
Yeah. Okay, let me translate this one. Dedim ki yani burada nasıl bir sürdürülebilir ekonomi yaratacaksın? Soru buydu. O da dedi ki oyunun içerisinde 600.000 tane by the way, I can see your screen, guys. So I will just put it to the broadcast. Oyun içerisinde 600.000 tane insan ya da space olacak, NFT olacak ve bu NFT'lerle aslında oyun içerisinde skin yaratabileceksiniz, kılıç yaratabileceksiniz, oyun içerisinde kullanılacak malzemeleri yaratabileceksiniz. Bunları kesinlikle biz yaratmıyoruz. Kullanıcılarımız yaratacaklar ve kullanıcılar bunları yaratırken sürekli para kazanacaklar. İnsanlar eğlenceli olan oyunlardan oynamaktan hoşlanıyorlar ve NFT oyunlarını oynamaktan hoşlanıyorlar. Bu da bir NFT'lerin içerisine dahil olduğu oyun olacak dedi. Fortnite gibi dedi ama hani şey olarak, içerideki dövüş olarak, NFT anlamda değil. Burada bir soru soracağım onlara, ekibe. Diyeceğim ki sizin ekipte kimler var ki biz size güvenelim? Bu oyunu kimler tasarladı? Ve benim onlarla ilişkim nedir? Biraz kafanız netleşsin diye bunu soruyor olacağım. Alright, 2 questions. And then I will put it to let's put it here so people can actually see what we are talking about. We will explain this, guys, but let me ask the question first. Dedim ki size bunları açıklayacağız ama önce soruyu sorayım. So, first question, who you have in your team in terms of game designing? Right? Did you get anyone from famous studios? Because when I first encounter with the big time, it was the time that you were selling your NFTs in Binance. The passes, I'm sorry, not NFTs, it's my bad. And then I check your team, and team was extremely impressive. First, can you explain us who you have and how did it come? You know, like how did you transfer these people? Dedim ki ilk sizi gördüğümde aylar önce Binance'te Early Access şeyleri satıyordunuz. Ekip çok ilgimi çekti. Ekipte kimler olduğundan biraz bahseder misiniz?
Yeah. So like in terms of our founding team, we have some of the best developers in the world who have kind of worked on games longer than some of these listeners have been alive. We have Ari, our CEO. He founded Decentraland like way back in 2017. We have Thor, our president. He pioneered MMOs at EA. He helped scale Zynga from a tiny startup to the largest IPO since Google. And even like Matt, our CTO, he worked on huge games like Fortnite, Gears of War, Medal of Honor. Our lead concept artist, Tom, he worked on League of Legends at Riot. TJ, lead level designer, he worked on like all the Call of Duty games. So yeah,
let me translate here because there are too many names and I will forget them. Dedi ki League of Legends'dan insanlar var, Call of Duty'den insanlar var. Matt birçok oyunu tasarladı bizim ekibimizde. Ari var. Ari Decentraland'in kurucusu. 2017'de kurmuştu. Bir de ben size şunu söylemek istiyorum. Bakın benim param değerli. Ben bir proje yatırım yapmadan önce çok araştırıyorum. Gidiyorum bir sürü yatırımcıyla konuşuyorum. Geçen gün Ave'nin kurucusu Stani ile konuştum bu herifler hakkında. Ve o her kimle konuşursam büyük beklentisi var. O yüzden onları YouTube kanalımda ağırlamayı kabul ettim. Şimdi bana ne önerdiniz ki siz buraya geldiniz diyeceğim. I was telling them that my money is really precious and I don't invite any shitty gaming studios or anyone to my YouTube channel because I put my name behind it and people trust me. And I'm also having my legworks before I invest in. And before I invest in your game, I check the game from too many big VCs, too many big developers. I was talking about you with Stani 2-3 days ago here, Stani Kulachov from AV. So everyone is saying good things about you guys. But it's not surprising. You have a really good team, right? So right now I want to ask one question. Okay. So you were showing the team, right? So here is the team. Burada işte ekipleri. Ari var Decentraland'den. Thor Alexander var EA Games'ten, Zigna'dan ve Decentraland'den. Matt Tonks var EA Games'ten, yine Epic Games'ten. Aşağıda Tom Za var. Tom Za is a legend, so he is a really well-known person. Bu adam çok bilinen bir adam. İşte bir sürü gördüğünüz gibi burada yazıyor. League of Legends gibi oyunlar var Riot Games'ten. Yine Martin var Fortnite'dan ve Gears of War'dan. Aaron var yine aynı oyundan. Doug var Ultima Online'dan. Ken var Medal of Honor'dan. Yani bir sürü önemli adam var. Göreceğiniz gibi bu adamların her birisi kendi alanında efsanevi oyunlar yapmış. I'm saying them that there are many people who are legend in their own space. So as you can see, there are many people that we can trust in the team. I don't want to shield the game, but I'm just telling what I'm thinking. Oyunu şillemek istemiyorum ama oyunu neden yatırım yaptığımı söylüyorum, yani neden inandığımı. Okay, so one question and then let's talk about the size of NFTs. In Turkey, many KOL is shilling projects, right? So they got money, and in return, they are shilling. And each time when I'm having some kind of guest in my channel, I'm asking people, did you pay something to me? What is the reason why we are together? And I'm being 100% transparent, because Turkish people are clever. So they don't, you know, they can see who is lying, who is not. So did you guys pay anything to me overall? Be honest.
No.
Yeah, no. I'm just investor of the project, and that's the only reason why we met with them. Dedim ki bana bir şey ödediniz mi? Hepsi hayır dedi. Okay, now I'm giving back the ground to Michael, Nirvan, and Matthew, so you can actually show them what is space NFT, and people can have an idea about what we are talking about. Dedim ki mikrofonu tekrar size veriyorum. Space NFT'lerin ne olduğunu onlara gösterebilirsiniz. Then I'm gonna have some questions. Sonra birkaç tane daha soru soracağım sizlerden gelen. Can you share your screen, Nirvan, so I can show people? And
sure,
then
let me pull that graphic back up.
All right, here it is.
Oh, that's good.
Burada NFT'leri görüyorsunuz. Ground is yours, guys. I will translate.
Sure. So the way we've kind of engineered space is there's 5 different rarities and 3 different sizes. So the rarities are tied to the NFT types that you'll be creating. So it's kind of like if you have a rarer space, like you have an exalted or mythic space, you'll be able to create rarer NFTs. And so the way that you're kind of crafting these NFTs is you input a lower level one, something like a level 1, maybe a level 1 chest plate. And then when you're crafting it, you can upgrade it to a higher level if you have a high level space to do it with.
Okay, wait a second. I have a question. So if you have rare NFTs, and if it's getting harder to find it, or if it's getting rarer, then you're being able to create rarer NFTs at the same time, right? In-game NFTs so that people can use it, like skins. Did I understand correct?
All of the rare skins will be coming from the rare space.
Okay, so, and how they can actually improve it? Like how they can increase the level once they acquire it, once they have it, how they can increase the level of their NFTs. Let's say that I produce a rare skin with rare space NFT. How can I improve it? And once I improve it, can I sell it? Let me translate it first. Dedi ki rare NFT'niz varsa rare skin üretebileceksiniz. Ne kadar bulması zor NFT'niz oluyorsa bu arsa şeklinde space'ler, o kadar aslında şey olacak dedi. Ürettiğiniz oradaki işte kılıçlar, giysiler vesaire de az bulunur hale gelecek. Tamam dedim, bunu anladım. Ama oyunun içinde bir elbise ürettim ya da bir kılıç ürettim diyelim. Space NFT'mi kullanarak. Bunu geliştirebilecek miyim? Geliştirdikten sonra satabilecek miyim? Okay, again, just to remember you. Let's say that I have a rare NFT. I produce a rare skin. And then I use it. It leveled up. Can it be legendary skin? And if it's yes, can I sell it? And I can make money. Can I make money from this?
Sure. So let's say you create for the sake of the argument, you create like an epic level skin. To upgrade that to a legendary level skin, you're going to have to put it into a forge or an armory that is located on a legendary space. So once you have created that NFT, you can take it and you can rent it out. You can fractionalize it. You can sell it. You can do whatever you want. You can take it to your OpenSea wallet.
I don't have a legendary space and I have Epic. I produce the skin and I don't have a legendary space. So what I'm going to do in that case?
You can sell the Epic skin. You can use the Epic skin. To upgrade it, you need a higher level space. So if you wanna be creating the highest rarity skins, you need the highest rarity space, which is like exalted and mythic.
Okay. Dedim ki Epic bir arsa aldım. Space NFT ve orada Epic bir kılıç ürettim. Ben bunu nasıl bir üst seviye Legendary'e taşırım? Ve Legendary'e taşıdıktan sonra satabilir miyim? O da dedi ki Epic'i Legendary yapmak için Epic skin'i, elbiseyi Legendary arsanız olması gerekiyor. Epic ise Epic'i kullanıp satabilirsiniz dedi. Okay, so I see some white spots next to the boxes, which are space NFTs. By the way, I'm gonna ask 2 questions from Twitter. 2 tane Twitter'dan soru soracağım bundan sonra. What these white boxes are reflecting? Bu beyaz kutular var. Ne anlatıyor bu beyaz kutular dedim.
Sure. So those white boxes are what we call sockets. You can think about sockets like in a room, you have a certain amount of like plug-in points for your phone or for your laptop. But if you want to charge...
Bir oda düşünün. Odanın içerisinde prizler olduğunu düşünün. Telefonunuzu ya da bilgisayarınızı şarj etmek için.
If you want to charge multiple devices at once, like you want to charge your laptop, you want to charge your phone, and you want to charge your TV, you need more sockets.
Telefonunuz, bilgisayarınızı hepsini aynı anda şarj etmek isterseniz çok fazla prize ihtiyacınız var. Bunlar da prizleri ifade ediyor.
So in this case, we kind of see the timekeeper, the forge, the armory as like devices. And if you want to install them on your space, you're going to need the correct amount of sockets. So, for example, if a timekeeper takes 2 sockets, you'll need a space that has 2 sockets. And if you want to install multiple timekeepers on a piece of space, you're going to need a space that has enough sockets.
Can you go down so I can show them the forge and timekeeper? Dedi ki timekeeper, bu arada birazdan oyunun ne zaman çıkacağını soracağım. Ve birkaç tane önemli soru soracağım. Belki sonunda bir hediye de etmelerini isteyeceğim bir şey. O yüzden takip etmenizi öneririm. Zorlayacağım yani adamları. Aşağıda timekeeper ve forge görüyorsunuz. Bunlar her biri farklı soketler ihtiyaç duyan şeyler. Yani timekeeper'ı telefon gibi, forge'u da bilgisayar gibi düşünebilirsiniz. Timekeeper 2 tane sokete ihtiyaç duyuyor. Forge 3 tane sokete ihtiyaç duyuyor. Arsanızda yani Space NFT'nizde soket yeterli sayıda varsa koyabiliyorsunuz. 2 questions. What timekeeper does? What forge does? And what if I have, can you go up again? What if I have rare NFT, rare medium, and I put 1 timekeeper? So what I'm going to do with the empty socket? Dedim ki timekeeper ne işe yarar? Forge ne işe yarar? 3 tane soket olan bir NFT'm varsa iki tanesini kullandım timekeeper'la, kalan bir boşu ne yapacağım?
So the timekeeper is kind of like a person who allows you to craft and recharge your hourglasses. So when you go to the timekeeper, you can give him a hourglass, or you can get an hourglass created, and then that hourglass can be used to collect the token in the game.
Okay. So bu timekeeper'ı bir insan gibi düşünebilirsiniz. Ufak bir robot. Ona bir hourglass verebilirsiniz ve o hourglass sayesinde ve timekeeper sayesinde oyun içindeki tokenları topluyor olacaksınız. Here I want to give a break. So because I saw a question, which was a good question, let me share my screen and ask the question to you. Burada bir ara vereceğim ve soruyu size soracağım dedim. Çünkü güzel bir soruydu. One of the person is saying that, all right, we understand that this game is amazing. They have a really good team. But what they think about the sustainability again, because we know what happened with Atlas. So let's assume that I have an NFT. I build a timekeeper. I start collecting tokens. How are you gonna, can I sell these tokens in a central exchange or decentral exchange and get USDT or whatever, USDC in your case? And if yes, how are you gonna actually hold the price? Dedim ki buradaki soruda sorduğu gibi fiyatın dumplanmasının önüne nasıl geçeceksiniz bir borsada listelendikten sonra?
So the main thing with sustainability is the key to having a game that's life cycle is defined in multiple decades is making the game fun to play first. So when we think about a lot of the other games, the incentive to play in big time is because the game is fun. And the economy aspect of the game is completely discretionary. It's optional. You don't have to participate in the economy if you don't want to. That's what allows us to, remain fun and accessible for years.
Okay. Oyunu biz zaten bedava yapıyoruz. İnsanlar girip oynayacaklar. Oyunu aslında eğlenmek için oynayacaklar diyor. Yani burada yapmaya çalıştıkları aslında Fortnite gibi bir oyunu yapıp İnsanların burada eğlenmesini sağlamak. Eğlenirken de para harcamak istiyorsanız para harcadığınızda harcadığınız paralar insanlara gidecek. Çünkü insanlar bu oyun içerisindeki satın aldığınız itemleri üretiyor olacaklar. So what I was explaining to them is that your main purpose is to build a game, play to fun. By doing that, you're just actually creating a normal game which everyone likes to play. And if someone wants to spend the money, they will purchase some stuff which is coming from the NFT holders. By doing that, you're creating an economy. Did I understand correct, Michael?
Yep.
Because yeah. Okay, perfect. So dedim ki yani size sordum doğru anlamış mıyım? Evet dedi. Ama yine de biraz zorlamaya devam edeceğim. Okay, let's say that this is true. But imagine that I am a guy who has, I don't know, $1 million worth of NFTs and I produced too many skins, right? And then I got too many coins or tokens. Sorry, I got too many tokens. And I like to sell this token and get my USDCs, which will create enormous sell pressure. How you will manage to actually face this sell pressure? Let me translate the question, then I will come back to you guys. Dedim ki okey, çok iyi bir şey anlatıyorsun da benim yüzlerce arsam olsa, bu arsalarda bir sürü de skin ve silah üretsem, yani elbise ve silah. Sonra da bunun karşısına bir sürü token alsam, oyun içi token'ı. Bunu da satıp dolara dönüştürsem çok büyük bir satış baskısı olmaz mı? Bunu nasıl çözeceksiniz?
Yeah, so in terms of like actually creating an economy that's like balanced and sustainable, that kind of comes from having a team that has done this for like so long that they understand how to make games that are fun to play, that are super balanced, and they can't really you can't have like a part of the economy that just suddenly starts failing. In terms of like creating too many NFTs, the way it works is that like we can't really, like, the beauty of the blockchain is you can't mint more than something that's already been minted. And so when you're creating NFTs with your rare space or like your exalted space, those NFTs are rare forever. You can't really make more of them once they're already made.
But I can sell them and I can get, so let's make things clear. I sell the skin, or let's say that I have too many timekeepers and I collect some tokens in the game, right? So can I transform these tokens to USDC?
So yeah, you can take the tokens and you can do a lot of things, like you can buy other skins, you can buy other space, or you can use them on the marketplace.
But can I directly sell the tokens in any of the exchanges, like FTX, who is one of the investors, through Alameda? Şimdi çevireceğim.
Yeah, Mike. So yeah, Mike, you want to get this one?
By the way,
Zorluyorum adamları. Yes. Yes, Michael, I'm listening to you. Sorry.
Can you repeat the question real quick?
So the question is this. We understand that NFT mechanic is built perfect. NFT mekaniği mükemmel inşa edilmiş. So when you have an space NFT, you produce skins. We have Forge, we have Timekeeper, perfect. But let's say that I have too many NFTs and I have too many Timekeepers, and I start collecting in-game tokens. First question, can I sell these in-game tokens and get USDC? Are you going to list this token somewhere eventually?
Out of the game and do what you will with them.
I couldn't hear you. Can you just repeat it?
You'll be able to take the token out of the game and do whatever you want with it.
So I can sell it?
Yeah, if you take it out and you choose to sell it, yeah.
Okay. So if someone, because the question was that, Michael, the people, I'm sorry, but this is the reality. People are afraid of getting enrolled with Play to Earn because what happened with Atlas, because what happened with SLP, right? So how are you actually going to stop this happen again?
So the answer to that is, how do we just need a better design, right? We need a better economy. So we need a better designed economy. So here's the problem, in my opinion, totally my opinion. This is my personal opinion that I'm about to share with you. But the general problem with SLP is there is, I mean, think of it, right? You have people buying Axes, then you have people hiring people to play with their Axes. Those are all employees. Their purchasing decision of Axes is totally transactional. The difference between Big Time is the game is fun, and the retail users purchasing skins are making more of a discretionary purchase than a transactional investment. And there's a huge difference in that.
Okay, so overall, you don't believe that there will be such a sell pressure?
It's completely different. Yeah, it's completely different. Basically, think of it this way. You have, and this is the most important thing, and I feel like we don't always cover this really well, but there's going to be, again, it's a free game. It's a fun game. When you think about it from a DAU or MAU standpoint, but when you think about it from a DAU or an MAU standpoint, when you get into the millions and millions of users and you have 10, 15% of those people making a monthly purchase from only 600,000 spaces, that's a good economy.
Okay, let me translate because we're going to lose people. Dedim ki bu SLP'de fiyat dumplandı, Atlas'ta da dumplandı. Siz bunun önüne nasıl geçeceksiniz? Burada inşa ettiğiniz şey nedir? O da dedi ki biz içeride çok iyi bir ekonomi, biraz zorlandı açıkçası, dürüst olayım. Ama dedi ki ya biz içeride çok iyi bir ekonomi kurduğumuzu düşünüyoruz. Çünkü içeride üretilecek asetler çok fazla olmadığı için ürünler, bunun çok büyük bir satış baskısı yaratacağını düşünmüyoruz. Diğer oyunlarda özellikle Axie'de çok fazla satış baskısı oldu. Yayının sonlarına doğru adamla biraz zorlayıp size hediye vermesini isteyeceğim ve özel bir kod isteyeceğim. Haberiniz olsun. Şimdiden hani böyle bir şey vereyim. Okay, I just translate them. What did you talk about? Big question to Big Time. When the game will be online? This is one of the questions we got in Twitter. Oyun ne zaman açıklanacak? Ne zaman başlıyorsunuz dedim. Because we see too many games. They're promising huge promises like Star Atlas, and it's like I don't know what's happening. People are not happy. Dedim ki insanlar Star Atlas'ta çok gelişme görmüyor gibi. Sizin oyun ne zaman geliyor?
So we're aiming to start early access for the game in second quarter, and then that will start for the gold pass holders, and then we'll phase in gold, silver, jade, and then ruby about over a 10-week period, and then after that is when general access will start.
Okay. Can I give the exact date? Because I know the exact date. No. Okay.
Yeah, there's no exact date at this moment in time. What we can tell you is, by the way, one of the things, Effie, that we should do is we should do a Turkish demo night. Currently, we do 40 demos per evening. And one of the reasons we do this is to show the community, hey, guys, this game has come really far.
Yeah. Okay.
Why don't we do that? Like, what we can do is, I mean, we don't have an exact date. We're aiming Q2 closer. We're aiming for Q2. It's quite possible we'll get it done in April, but we are very far along.
Okay, let me translate. Dedim ki tamam, iyi diyorsun, hoş diyorsun da oyun ne zaman gelecek? O da dedi ki ikinci çeyrekte kesinlikle çıkaracağız. Ben de dedim ki ben tam tarihi biliyorum, söyleyebilir miyim? Söyleme dedi. Ama çok yakında gelecek. Önce Gold Pass tutanları açacaklar oyunu. Çok az bir kişi Gold Pass tutuyor. Sonra Silver Pass, sonra Jade Pass ve sonra Ruby Pass. Yani böyle bir 25.000 kişi oyunu erkenden oynuyor olacak ve oyuna katılıyor olacak. Okay, I already translated it. Let me briefly show them Chronomancer, Time Warrior, Quantum Fixer and Shadow Blade, and then we can continue. Şimdi size oyun içerisinden karakterleri göstereceğim. Sonra da devam edeceğiz. Hızlı karakterleri gösteriyorum. böyle bir karakter yapmışlar. Adı Chronomancer. Uzaktan büyü atarak oyun içerisindeki yaratıkları öldürüyor ve diğer insanlarla da savaştığınızda böyle yapacak. Yani böyle uzaktan insanlara saldırabileceğiniz bir karakter. Fena görünmüyor. Time Warrior'a bakalım. Time Warrior diye bir şey izledik. Bu böyle tank gibi daha çok canı olan, yüz yüze savaşan bir karakter. Orada kestiği ufak şeyler de Timekeeper'lardı galiba, onu da soracağım. Milletin Timekeeper'ını öldürdüğünde ne oluyor? Parası çöpe mi gidiyor diye. Devam edelim. Quantum Fixer geliyor. Bu böyle daha destek sınıfı gibi bir şey. İnsanlara can veriyor uzaktan. Diyelim ekibinizle saldırdınız, savaşa gidiyorsunuz. Mesela benim Paladins diye çok sevdiğim bir oyun vardı. Fortnite'ı da oynamayı severim. Orada savaşıyorsunuz karşı ekiple. Bir tanesi tank gibi önden gidiyor, ekibe saldırıyor. Bir tanesi uzaktan vuruyor, bir tanesi de can veriyor. Şimdi son karakter Shadowblade'i göreceğiz. Bu arada ekip şey dedi. Sizlere özel oyunun hazır olduğunu göstermek için, şu an oynanabilir aslında bir oyunları olduğunu göstermek için bir canlı yayın, oyun canlı yayını yapmayı önerdiler. Onu da okey diyeceğim. Okay, this is too late in Turkey, so I cut it. Türkiye'de geç olduğu için kestim dedim. Bu da böyle daha çok savaşçı bir karakter gibi savaşmak için kullanılıyor. Alright guys, so let's get couple more questions and then I will ask you.
By the way, Effie,
yep.
Can I take one question from our Discord community?
Sure. How many you want? Let's get
one,
questions.
maybe two. I'm gonna pull this one up though. Broken Bones asked, yes, Michael, all of my space is worth less than I bought it. I'm not angry. I'm confused. I just wanted to ask, what do you think is going to happen to the secondary market in early investors? Because right now it doesn't feel good. I would be watching this interview in a totally different vibe if it happened before the recent sale. Let me just tag him. So basically...
Wait, let's translate it.
Go ahead.
Dedi ki bir tane kızgın erken yatırımcılardan biri Discord'da soru sormuş. Biraz da giydirmiş. Bunu alabilir miyim dedi. Ben de tabii ki dedim yani. Diyor ki erkenden aldım. Ve çok mutsuzum. Çünkü fiyat düştü. Yani burada ne düşünüyorsunuz bu fiyatın düşmesiyle alakalı gibi bir şey sordu.
Okay. So the most recent sale we did, right, it was the Exalted space sale. It's the most rare of the types of space we have. One of the goals of this most recent sale was to get space, specifically the Exalted space, into more unique holders. And to be honest, we think that we did that, right? You can say that, and then I'll translate the rest.
Okay. Exalted satışı yaptık. Exalted satışındaki amacımız, en son yaptığımız bu satış Exalted satışıydı. Ben zaten Family Dağ'da da duyurdum. Dedim ki Exalted almayın, satış gelecek. Ve bunun amacı farklı insanlara Exalted'ı ulaştırmaktı. Ne kadar çok farklı sahibi olursa olsun.
So one of the things to understand about our game, we've not released all the detail because ultimately a lot of the game settings are like a configuration file. It's something we can update. It's something we can optimize. It's something that we really want to perfect because like your viewers asked earlier, what's going to prevent you from being SLP? What's going to prevent us from being SLP is being really smart in the way we do things and the way we build our economy. Translate that, and then I'm going to continue.
Oyunla alakalı bütün bilgileri açıklamıyoruz. Çünkü oyunla alakalı 3-5 tane içeride bize sır kalsın. Böylelikle insanlar SLP gibi olmasın. Onun böyle sağını solunu kurcalamasınlar. Ve biz aynı zamanda ben birazcık da kendimden katıyorum. Biz aynı zamanda içeride geliştiriyoruz. Dolayısıyla her şeyi açıklamadınız. Her şeyi bilmiyor insanlar dedi.
Now, one of the key things that one of the things that we've released some detail on, it's not finalized or anything, but one of the things we released is that Exalted Space creates the rarest and most collectible of NFT skins for weapons and armor. And one of the things that's really crucial is, given how few Exalted Space exist, we really need to make sure there's a lot of unique holders. And the most recent Exalted sale achieved that. There's a lot more unique holders of Exalted.
Exalted satış yapmamızın ana hedefi Exalted'ları birçok insana dağıtmaktı. Bu da hedefine ulaştı gibi.
And that's very important because we need to make sure that the rarest of in-game skins can actually be created. So,
okay, let me say that.
I think that.
So, Michael. Bu içerideki şeylerin dağıtılması çok önemliydi. Çünkü bunun önemli olmasının temel nedeni de buradaki içeride üretilecek rare skinlerin de çok insana dağılması istiyoruz.
So I think the question is, ultimately bringing it back to his question, what do I think is going to happen to the secondary market? So so it's been 30 hours maybe since the primary sale. We brought up more supply online. We have a more diverse holder base. I think what's going to happen is I think EAL is going to happen in early Q2, and I think players are going to start into the game, and I think that we're going to launch the game, and I think that the secondary market will improve.
Okay. Yani satıştan beri 30 saat oldu dedi. Oyunu başlattığımızda ikinci el piyasası da yükselecek dedi. Çünkü soran kişi sinirlenmişti. İkinci el piyasası anasını belliyor ortalığın. Ne düşünüyorsun bu konu için? Onu cevapladı. Yes. So do you have any other question coming from the community? Because community is the most important thing. Başka soru var mı dedim. Sizin komüniteden gelen.
One thing to just clarify too, when we talked about the release of the game is, that initial release of the game is going to happen somewhere in second quarter. But when we release a game, it's not just static in time. In the background of all of this, we've already developed up to 5 years of further releases and additions onto the game as well. So like more worlds will come out, more dungeons, so on and so forth. So it's not just like, hey, when I download it, that's all Big Time will ever be. In the background, we already have like future releases for up to 5 years. So that's kind of like one of the long-term sustainability things that Big Time has, that's like pretty unique, is like users can look forward to like years of releases.
Okay, oyunu geliştirdikten sonra oyunu bırakmayacağız. Oyunu geliştirmeye devam edeceğiz. 5 yıl gibi bir süreyle dedi. Şimdi birazcık sıkacağım onları. Alright, so there were like in Turkey it's almost 2 a.m. and there were many people listening us online. So there were like up to 600 people on some point. Let's give them some gift, guys. I mean, let's create some kind of folder or I don't know, documents. And maybe we can keep it open for like, I don't know, X amount of time. Then you can choose some people among this list. Or I don't know, maybe you can make a quiz and then you can choose some winners.
I think what we'll do is we'll do with you, Efe, we'll do another Ruby Pass giveaway. Been doing a lot of Ruby Pass giveaways. Happy to do even more. And okay. What we'll do, Nirval will get to. But can we take one more question from the community on Discord?
Sure. Let's do
Question is, and this is Rosebud, then can you explain to us, since we're all curious, why have you not stopped the primary market sales yet? We're just wondering, what's the end goal here? So keep in mind, Rosebud, we just started this sale on Friday. The overwhelming majority of our development resources commit to the game. NFTs are complicated, right? We have to actually take those NFTs. We have to dedicate them to the sale. And we pushed, we had some technical difficulty on Thursday due to site load. We had additional technical difficulty due to site load on Friday. So when we committed all that to Friday, like the team has just been watching, and any action that we're going to take, it's not going to be done on a Friday afternoon. If you have any development experience, I'm sure you know that you don't push code on a Friday afternoon, and certainly not over a weekend. Any action that's going to happen is likely going to happen on Monday. So I hope you can have some patience and, trust in the team, and there will be a response. We really try to think through the way we do things. We don't try to rush into things, and I'm sure that you'll be very happy come next week.
Okay. Adam kızmış, diyor ki bunlar ilk kendileri Exalted satmaya başladılar market fiyatının altına, sonra ikinci el fiyatını, yani ikinci el fiyatı da birinci el, yani bunların çıktığı fiyatın altına düştü. Örnek verelim, 10 birime satıyorlarsa 15 birimken 13 birimken %30 indirimli sattılar, fiyat altına düştü. Sonra millet altına satmaya devam ediyor. Niye durdurmadınız ilk satışı diyor. O da diyor ki daha bunu başlatalım, cuma günü başlattık, 30 saat oldu, senin bilmediğin şeyler var, oyunun içine katkı sağlasın diye devam ettirdik, göreceksin farklı şeyler olacak. Okay, I'm gonna get one more question from Twitter, and then I want to know more about the details. How many Ruby Pass you're gonna give it to people? Because you're saying that you're gonna give some, but we don't know how many. So let's see about that. You're gonna choose it. I'm gonna just put a link under the video. But how many? What will be the mechanics behind it?
So we have a way we do this, right? We have a way we do this, and per post we give away 5. Per post we give away 5. We can do a couple with UFE. That we do like 5 posts. But there's a lot of reason as to why we do it that way. But yeah, we'll do a couple. I think we've already done some giveaways with UFE, and I think we'll do more giveaways with you. Just kind of bear with us because we try to do everything in a structured way. That way, it's sort of maintainable and scalable.
Sure. I'm seeing that you're improving the team. I'm here since, I don't know, a couple months, and I see that it's getting better and better every single day. So you're saying that you're gonna give 5 per post? Did I understand correct?
Yeah. We'll give you. Let us kind of take it offline, and what we'll do is I don't know. Let's do 25. I think we've done quite a few with you already, but let's do 25, and we'll give them out. In total, 16,000 Ruby passes will be given away. You get access on week 10.
Okay. Toplamda 16.000 tane Ruby Pass vereceğiz dedi. Burada post başına 5 taneden bahsediyor. 25 tane hediye edeceğiz dedi. When you say post, you mean questions, right? What do you mean by post?
Like every post, like every Twitter post or every YouTube video is one post.
All right. Okay.
But we can come up again. Let's take that offline. I think we can make it easier for Effie because Effie's kind of our, king of Turkey, and we want to make sure that things are really easy for him. So, Effie, just let's take one offline, okay?
Okay.
Any other questions?
All right, let's get one question, and then let's finalize the broadcast. Wow, too many questions in the chat. Sorry, guys, if I cannot ask your question. It's just the reason it's too late, and we already spent an hour. Sorunuzu soramadıysam kusura bakmayın. Dedim ki sadece şu an çok geç. En zor soruyu sorayım. Give me 10 seconds so I find the hardest question. Okay, so let me get this question. Let's say that the guy is saying that, let's say that I got an early access, and wait. Am I going to be able to produce by using just one forge, or do you need also one timekeeper? And he's asking which one is better to have, timekeeper or forge. I know it's not a question that you may love to answer, but
and I'll take this question. So basically, there's going to be a lot of different ways. Like there's going to be a lot of different strategy for the big time economy. I'll give you an example. I'm sure that some people are going to say, all I want to do is acquire the most economical space and have as many players as possible producing coins. And that's the only thing I want to do. And people are going to play to that part of the market. You could think of the big time economy like a supply chain, and where players are going to carve out niches within that supply chain of the creation of skins. So there's going to be a lot of different strategy. I don't think today there's enough information out there to give you a precise answer, but the bets or where people seem to be concentrating their efforts is in acquiring the rarest space and the most common space.
Okay. Alright. Dışarıda şu an bu soruyu size cevaplayabilecek kadar bilgi duyurmadık dedi. Ama bu herkesin odaklanması gereken kısım farklı dedi. Eğer siz sadece token üretmek istiyorsanız bu durumda Timekeeper odaklanmanız lazım. Ama içeride daha çok asset üretmek istiyorsanız kılıç gibi, giysi gibi o zaman Forge'a da odaklanabilirsiniz. Forge'unuz varsa bu Timekeeper kurmanıza engel bir durum teşkil etmiyor dedi. Okay, I saw just one question. I don't want to skip that question because then people will think that we are afraid of the question, which is not the case. So the question was that, hey, what kind of people are they? Don't take it super offensive. I will explain it to you. One guy is sitting in the kitchen, the other one closes his camera. Why they don't take us serious? So this was the question. Dedim ki, don't worry about it. By the way, like it is the general stance of people from this region. Şuradaki soruyu sordum. Dedim ki yani bu arkadaş bunlar hayal kırıklığına uğradım. İşte biri şey yapıyor, mutfakta oturmuş. Öbürü şey yapıyor dedi. Kamerasını açmıyor. Ne düşünüyorsunuz bununla ilgili dedim. Let me answer a question and then you add if you don't want to add something else. If you want to add something else. Our culture is totally different with the Western culture. So it doesn't mean that Nirvan is disrespectful if there is a kitchen background, right? He doesn't necessarily has to spend thousands of dollars and get a, I don't know, huge home. Maybe it's his home. Maybe the question, the guy who's asking the question is being rude. Maybe this is the part of his home and he has only this part. It doesn't mean that he is being disrespectful. Instead, he is extremely respectful by spending 1 hour for us, which is not the necessity for him. It's same for the Michael. It's obvious that when Michael opened his camera, it creates some sort of, technical issue. We can't hear his voice efficiently and effectively. That's why I think he closed the camera. Let me translate it to Turkish and then I continue. And look at the mat. He looks like amazing. He has a really nice background. What do you think about this? Dedim ki yani bu bizden kültürümüzde tamamen farklı bir kültür. Belki Nirvan'ın evi bu kadar küçük. Belki Nirvan yüz binlerce dolar harcamadı bir ev almak için. Yani adamı niye rencide ediyorsunuz? Bunu söyledim İngilizce. Ve Michael için de Michael kamerayı açtığında sesi gidiyor. Dolayısıyla kapattı. Ayrıca bu Michael dediğiniz adam oyun dünyasında çok ünlü bir adam. Çok saygıdeğer bir adam. Bakın metinde background'u çok iyi dedim. I said, Michael, you are really well-known people in the gaming industry and well-respected person. So I think that we are lucky to have you in the broadcast because you are kind of genius and everyone that I talk, respect people knows you. I'm not just saying to be nice to you. I have nothing to get from you guys, but I'm being honest here. So, all right. I think that's enough for today. I just like to show the NFT market but before we finish. So let me actually open the NFT market. And show it to people. Yeah, sorry. I was having a problem with the connection. I'm still in Barcelona for Avalanche Summit and I'm using my hotel's connection, which is not the best for making the broadcast. All right. Let's say share. Here we go. This is the website of Big Time, right? Would you like to explain what is happening or would you like to share your screen, Nirvan?
Sure, yeah. So this is, if you click Big Time Sale.
Here we go.
So we currently have a sale going on. It's for Exalted and Mythic space, which is kind of the most rare space. You can sign in at the top. It's very simple. You just sign in with your Google authentication. And from there, you can deposit using USDC or bank wire transfer, whatever you want. And then from there, you can just directly purchase whatever you want. We have some passes there too in the open market if you want to play during early access. In the open market section, there's some gold passes and jade passes and silver passes.
And they can also purchase from the secondary for the, like, there's a primary and there's a secondary.
So in the secondary, you can purchase some of the smaller spaces or less rare spaces. And yeah, if you want to learn more about Big Time, you can go to our Twitter @PlayBigTime or our Discord, discord.gg/BigTime. Thank you again, Efe, for your time today. Very excited to be here, man.
It's my pleasure. Let me translate it to Turkish and then we close the broadcast. Dedim ki tamam, o kadar anlattık da insanlar nereden alacak bunu? Bundan bahsetmek ister misiniz? Burada Big Time'ın nft.bigtime.gg diye bir sitesi var. Sağdan sign in diyebilirsiniz, kayıt olabilirsiniz. Kayıt olduktan sonra da Google'la kayıt ol deyip içeri girebilirsiniz Google hesabınızla. Girdikten sonra bir Big Time Sale diye bir kısım var. Burada kendi satış yapıyorlar. Gördüğünüz gibi sadece Exalted Large, Exalted Medium, Mythic Large, Mythic Medium ve Mythic Small var. Bunları direkt ekip kendi satıyor. Bir de ikinci el piyasası var. İkinci el piyasasında da gördüğünüz gibi bu sorun söz konusu. Bakın burada daha altına satıyorlar. Fiyatı düşürmeye çalışıyorlar. Buradan da gelip alabilirsiniz diyoruz ve yayını kapatıyoruz. I just explained them that we have a primary and secondary market. People are in the secondary market is trying to, decrease the price a little bit down, which is something that they can see here. Maybe in close future you can make the website also in Turkish, so that can be also nice for people. Just a suggestion. Dedim ki web sayfasına Türkçe de eklesenize, insanlar için iyi olur. Alright guys, thank you so much for your time. It was a really good pleasure for us. Really big pleasure. I'm gonna add the link so people can actually get the passes, right? Dedim ki aşağı linki ekleyeceğim. Siz bana ulaştırdıktan sonra bu yayına katılan insanlar ücretsiz şekilde passleri edinebilirler. Kendinize iyi bakın. Teşekkür ederim gecenin bu saatinde dinlediğiniz için. Bu oyunu takip etmenizi şiddetle tavsiye ediyorum. Bu büyük bir oyun olacak gibi görünüyor. Yatırımcılar arasında çok fazla konuşuluyor. So take care guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.